Hey, welcome back everyone to another video. So I have done my fair share of Android and Windows on the upboard. So it's time to show Linux world some love. But before we begin, do keep in mind that right now, due to some missing features in the Linux kernel, audio via HDMI on this particular Atom processor is impossible to get until we use a custom kernel provided by upboard community that has that driver inbuilt. So to kick things off, I live booted Ubuntu 16.04 LTS. Now I didn't really want to install Ubuntu on the upboard as I already have it running on my main PC, but nonetheless I did live booted and it worked flawlessly except for that audio issue. So next I live booted what I really wanted to install, and that was Fedora 24, but it ended up being something like this. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So I decided to install it anyways and hoped that the issue would be fixed after a full system update or by installing drivers directly from Intel. But then again it ended up doing this. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So I said what the heck and popped in OpenSUSE. You know, that awesome enterprise grade Linux based OS, but that failed to recognize the internal eMMC storage. Wah wah wah. But not to lose hope, I tried Ubi Linux. Now this is the official Linux distribution provided by the upboard community for the upboard, and it has that modded kernel already built into it. But even that gave me an installation error. So after all of that, I finally decided to go back to Ubuntu with a custom kernel and modded Chromium browser for hardware decoded video playback, and again a modded Steam client to enable hardware decoded game streaming, and that all worked very fine. It runs fine right now. I'm using it. So the conclusion is that the hardware on the upboard is so recent, and it's not even a year old, that its adoption rate is very low. So it will take the Linux kernel some amount of time to adapt to it, to get all the drivers into the kernel. But this is the fun of using Linux. You learn so much while fixing these issues. Some of the things I learned were how a browser decodes a video on the hardware, and how Chrome has never officially supported Linux for hardware video decoding, but it actually supports its own Chrome OS, which is built on top of Linux, which is completely weird. So a final word that I would like to say to the people who created Upboard is that if you are going to do another series of these computer next generation to say, please remember to add an SD card and an audio jack. Now, an SD card is necessary for a more expandable storage, because 32 gigs is really not enough when you are running a full-fledged operating system. You need a bit more space. An audio jack, because this board could have been really well used as my secondary PC. Now I'm still using it, but it's not that often because the audio is via HDMI and my monitor does provide an audio jack for that. But as soon as I switch my monitor to my main computer, that audio goes away. Now I would like that audio to run on the background, so something like an audio jack is really awesome if it's in a proper setup used as a PC. So well, that was it for today. Like the video if you liked it, and press that subscribe button to see more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.